You have to let me in.
Black-eyed children are paranormal beings that are said to resemble humans who are roughly between the ages of 6 and 16 years old. They're commonly known to come up to the homes of adults who are alone, asking to be let in or saying that they desperately need your assistance in some way. Although this is the case, black-eyed children are said to speak in an emotionless, monotone voice. Their eyes are black, and their skin is pale. They may also appear in public places. Many have described a feeling of dread when coming into contact with a black-eyed child. People claim that they begin to subconsciously give in to their demands before jolting back into reality. Not much is known about what will happen if you assist a black-eyed child. Nearly every online account of them has ended in the person rejecting the child. One man, who claims that he allowed 2 black-eyed children to enter his home, had this to say.
I became very dizzy and struggled to stand up. He walked closer to me and said that they had been sent to collect me. I still couldn't bear to look into his face. I pushed away from him and ran into my front room and slammed the door shut. I was in so much shock about what was happening, I couldn't think straight. This is something that you don't even expect to happen in the movies. After standing against the door for around an hour or so, I finally got the courage to make a run for the back door. So I ran to it and unlocked it. I ran to the back of my garden and jumped over the fence, not once looking back.
Some believe that black-eyed children are demonic in origin. Others believe that they're extraterrestrial. What is it that you believe? Here are some logical explanations to the black-eyed children issue. As I said, people have scattered evidence that puts the age of these kids at roughly 6 to 16 years old. So they technically aren't always kids. Some are teenagers. Because of this, a good handful of people speculate that these could just be teenagers running around with special sclera contact lenses attempting to prank people. Another explanation is that these teenagers may just be on drugs. As you probably already know, or not, certain drugs make your eyes look a certain way. Dilated. On top of that, most encounters with these people are at night, which would mean that their pupils would be dilated anyway. As for that creepy vibe that most people get from them, that could be due to the drugs or a number of other things. You never know what's going on with someone until you ask. So what about the actual children who come up to people's houses at night and ask to come in? Well, the same things as last time apply. It's dark and most likely cold outside, so they'd naturally have somewhat of a creepy demeanor already. They're probably lost, so naturally they'd go to an adult for help. It's totally possible that people just find this out of the ordinary and react with a sense of dread. We've seen children used as nightmare fuel time and time again within the horror genre with movies like The Omen and The Exorcist. A good amount of people find young children to be naturally creepy, so if one came up to them at night, I'm sure that they'd be caught off guard. The issue of the all black eyes may be caused by a number of other factors as well. As I said, dilated pupils are one thing, but it is also likely that if the adult was already fearful of the child, then he or she could have had a more exaggerated memory of what they saw. It's like when you put skeptics next to hardcore believers during, a ghost hunt. The skeptics will usually claim that they saw nothing, while the believers will come out with a list of evidence despite having the same experience. It's possible that they thought they saw black eyes and panicked when it was actually just a mistake. Anyway guys, my point is that there are tons of factors that could play into this black-eyed children thing. As always, I'm not here to tell you what is or isn't real. With that being said, let me know what you think about this urban legend. Do you think that they're real or just the product of our wild imaginations?